Hey, welcome out. I got my second time doing this type of video. This is my December manga haul. Everything I picked up this month. A lot of this was in bulk at one time. Because of time constraints, I don't want to do a video every time I buy manga. I just don't have time for that with working full time. So I kind of like the idea of just doing everything I bought for the month, and then picking out one or two like that were my favorite. So this has been a bigger month, a lot more than what I got in November, mainly because of box sets and like pre-orders, and like me also catching up on some of my backlog stuff, which I will explain. I'm still organizing everything. Like, I have new bookshelf. Like, I'm gonna be organizing all the stuff over the next month finally. The Target shelves aren't really doing it, so finally going to IKEA and getting some proper displaying bookcases and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, December big. I bought a lot of stuff, mainly, and I'll explain when I get to certain titles why I bought them and why, like, multiples of once of different volumes. I'm gonna start off with the two bigger purchases. So I got the first box set for Summertime Rendering. This is something been recommended to me. I was told constantly, like, you got to check this out. It's really good. I know it has an anime that isn't available here in the US or Canada, even though it's supposed to be on like Disney Plus or something like that. So I started reading that. I actually already read volume 1 and I'm halfway through volume 2 and I'm really enjoying it. It's like just such a good story, and I saw some of the trailers and video clips for the anime, and I'm really excited to finally, like, eventually get to watch the anime for that. Next up, a pre-order that I made a couple months ago finally got delivered. The Part 2 manga box set for Quintessential Quintuplets, volumes 8 through 14, which is the complete run. This is the second manga I have a complete run of. The other one other being Death Note, which, I mean, I've had, like, the Black Edition, which I've had for a really long time, but this... I love Quintessential Quintuplets. You can kind of see behind me where the manga was on the shelves. I have the Nendoroid, Miku, and also a little gotcha figure for her. She is Miku, and Nino are my two favorite on the show. So I've already watched the movie in theaters after finishing the anime. I actually read up to volume 7 before I even watched the anime, and then I was like, oh, well, box set 2 is not coming out to December, and there's a movie coming out, and I don't want to miss out on the movie, but I have to watch the anime to figure it. So that's the reason why I actually, the few times where I actually watched the anime after reading the manga and not waiting. Next up, a new one, Shy Volume 1. I have not read this yet. I do like the idea of every country has like a super powered hero defending them, and Japan's is a young girl who's actually, her code name is Shy, but she is actually shy. So I'm really, like, everyone's saying this is a really good read, and you know me, when it comes to my manga collecting, I will get anything superhero related, Toku inspired, Sentai inspired, stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is from Yen Press, and let's see, next up, another one. I don't collect any Dragon Ball Z Super, any manga, but I couldn't say no to picking up that time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. There's an ongoing gag between me and my friends about, dead Yamcha. I have the San Diego Comic-Con Funko Pop for dead Yamcha, so I had to get this because it's very on brand for me. I got this at Book Off for $8.99, so it was really $1 less than what it would have been brand new, but I'm really happy to add that into my collection. Another new run. Oh, it's not new. Well, I mean, it started this year, but I did get both volumes of Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed. I'm a sucker for this type of manga and anime, and everyone thinks it's really weird because I like tokusatsu stuff, but I'm really big into like horror, psychological thrillers, crime documentaries. But my guilty pleasure is rom-com manga and anime, and I've been really, like, I already read volume 1. I'm about to read volume 2 once I'm done with volume 2 of Summertime Rendering, but I like, it's just, that stuff like entertains me, and it goes into like basically the next stack of stuff I'm about to talk about, because I'm finally up to date with Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out with volume 7 and 8, and these were definitely, when I saw 8 was out, It's funny, I go to Barnes and Noble a lot and I never see anything past volume 4 or 5 in stock. It took me forever just to get the first 4 volumes, because even for a while they're 1 and 2, and I don't like, if I don't already have volumes, I don't want to start with like 3 or 4. Like, you know, I want to buy the first one because then they're going to sit on my shelf. I'm doing a big video going over like my first year actually back collecting and reading manga, because I haven't really in so long, like 7 or 8 years. So I will explain a lot of stuff. But Uzaki-chan, I watched the anime season 1, and then I was like, I need the manga for this. I need to read this. It's very entertaining. So I got 7 and 8. So now I'm current with that. That's why I bought 2 of them, because a lot of runs, like I read up to volume 6, and I was like, I gotta find 7 and 8. I want to read these. And it goes also with my next set. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I got volumes 10, 11, and 12. So I'm catching up slowly. I think 13 just came out this month. So we got 10, and we got 11, and we got 12. I really like the cover for 10. I'm not gonna, like, I don't know if it's because I used to snowboard and this and that when I lived in New England, but I really like volume 10, the cover of that. And then let's move those over there. We'll talk about those last. Actually, I think I'm missing one that I didn't grab. No, that's all of them. I had a list. Next up, I have Adam, the Beginning, Volume 1 from Titan Comics. So after I picked up Kamen Kuga Volume 1 from Titan Manga and Stonebot Manga, I was looking into the company more, and I saw they did like Doctor Who manga localizations and Assassin's Creed. But then I saw this Adam, the Beginning, and it's actually an origin story for Astro Boy. And Astro Boy was one of like my first, I remember watching that as a kid. I loved Astro Boy, so I was like, you know what, I gotta pick this up. I am probably gonna read this once I finish Sakurai-san and volume 2 of Samurai Time Rendering. Once I finish those 2 volumes, this is the next one I'm gonna read, and I'll probably do a review for it because I'm really excited to read that. I like Astro Boy. So I'm like, yeah. And I know volume 2 is already out. They only had volume 1 in stock, because it's one of those ones where if I see something and I know it's something instantly I'm interested in without even reading any previews for it, I'm like, sold. I will buy what's available. Next up, it's Yoraha Pearl Harbor Descent Record Volume 1. This is a Nier Automata story. Love that game so much. Just picked it up on the Switch finally. I played it before on PlayStation. And it's set in the universe of the game. I love the cover. I like the kind of like the black and white aesthetics of it, and the artwork like looked really good. And it's just like anything that could add more to the world of this game franchise gets my support. Instant buy, like I will read the hell out of it. Let's see. And going back to some more rom-com stuff, the manga series that I get the most grief from on Discord from my friends, and also from an anime fan standpoint, I got 3 more volumes of Rent-a-Girlfriend. So I finally got volumes 13, 14, and 15. Now, my friends all said 15 probably my favorite cover. It's actually not. I really like 14's cover. Like, I really like that. Let me put that over there in the frame. I like that cover a lot. I was caught up. I read up to volumes 11, and then I was like, man, like I need to pick up the other ones. I'm so far behind because 16 just came out. So I was like, let me just pick up 3 for now, and that'll be fine. Some other runs that I've been chipping away at, and this has been like a long-term slow chip away. I finally got volumes 4 and 5 of chapter 2 a week at the mansion for ReZero. So now I can finish chapter 2 because I read chapter 1 because it was only 2 volumes. Then I think it was only 2. Yeah, it was only 2. Then I had up to volume 3 for chapter 2, and I was just like, man, like I gotta hunt these down. It's so popular out here. I don't know if in general is a thing, but like, yeah, they're on Amazon, but I like to go to bookstores. There's something satisfying about going out and buying your manga at a bookstore. So for some odd reason, I can't find those anywhere. And finally I did. And so they're at Barnes and Noble, and I was like, you know, picking up both. Can't say no. I need these 2 to finish this chapter so I can read those and finish it. And then I can start chipping away more at chapter 3, because I have a few volumes of chapter 3, but they're all scattered all over the place. Next one, I reviewed volume 1 of this, but volume 2 of Go-Go Loser Ranger dropped. They're actually, I think actually the review of this is up on the channel as well. So I reviewed both volumes. So you already know I picked this up. Really loving this series. It's also called Ranger Reject. The anime got announced and everything else for hopefully it comes out next year, probably fall, maybe winter. Really excited for it. This is a good read. I've been recommending this to my friend. I've even bought a few copies of volume 1 to send to my friends just so they can, for Christmas, just so they could check it out, because I really want them to like see how cool this manga is, especially because it's in our wheelhouse of stuff we enjoy. And lastly, for manga, I picked up Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon. My trusted companions tried to kill me, but thanks to the gift of an unlimited gacha, I got level 9,999 friends and am out for revenge on the former party members and the world. That is a long freaking title. I'm parched now. I'm just calling it Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon, just like the spine says. Oh, it's upside down. I actually already read this. Actually, before I started recording this, I recorded my review for volume 1 of this, and I really enjoyed that. That was something like I check various websites for upcoming manga like a month or two in advance, so I can plan my budget, plan what I'm going to pick up. Because on slow months when there's not new volumes I'm going to pick up, that's usually the time frame I go and I pick up older volumes to finish sets that I'm reading or catch up, especially with volumes that are longer, like things like, Rent a Girlfriend and Nagatoro, like things that are in the double digits for the volumes. And so I can play catch up, because I try and keep my reading percentage above 75. So that way if there's a lull period, I have something to read. And that is also not including my digital manga that I purchased on my tablet, which is sitting at almost 300 volumes. So I think it's at like 274 or so volumes of manga on my tablet as well, because I do the humble book bundle. Sometimes there's manga in there and I'll go through it. I'm like, oh, $18 for 30 volumes, 28 volumes, sold. It's a no-brainer. So that's it for manga. I got into, from friend suggestions, that manhwa. I'm very unfamiliar with this. Something about webtoons and, Korean style. It's, full color. It's read more like a graphic novel than a traditional manga right to left. So it's standard. So I picked up Tower of God because that sounded really appealing to me. And one of my friends was like, yeah, you'll really enjoy that. And then because I do enjoy a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff, I got The World After the Fall, book 1. Now, this isn't like my first time getting into manhwa. I have Solo Leveling. I have like the first 4 volumes of it. I've read 3 of them. I love the art style. I do enjoy the fact that it's full color. It is kind of confusing at first, because I was like, oh, at first I opened it like a regular manga and it's like, no, you read it this way. But these 2 I picked up. Very large haul. So I'm going to just do one more quick little video shot, and all together really quick before we do that, my total for the month was $419.69. That is not a fake total. At first I was looking, I was like, really, almost $420.69. I was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, and that's just without tax included. That's just based on book price alone. So obviously with tax, it was probably more than 435, close to 440, maybe even 450, but without tax, $419.69. So I'll say probably 430, 435 with tax. But yeah, a lot of manga, like I said, more than last month. But at the same time, like I said, the 2 box sets between the quintessential quintuplets and the summertime rendering, that alone was almost $90 right there, almost 100 with tax. So that was a big chunk of my budget for manga for the month, went right there. I'm already looking at some of the stuff that's coming out in January, so January is not going to be as bad as a month for me for total cost of spending. I may go back and start catching up on more runs, maybe get Rent a Girlfriend Volume 16, get the other 2 volumes of Nagatoro I'm missing, stuff like that. But yeah, let me show everything one more time for you. All right, so here we go. Here's all the manga for the month of December. Not too bad, but thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you picked up this month. And with that being said, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'm going to try and do more manga videos and reviews. I'm trying to, explore more of the stuff that I'm into outside of just tokusatsu and comic books. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.